everyone, welcome to my presentation for Understanding Diversity for the class of Education 302. My name is Taylor Esperanza and I'm a senior at Arizona State University and will be graduating next week, which I'm super excited about. I'm a registered behavior technician at Therapy Matters Inc., which is an organization that specializes in ABA therapy, which is also known as Applied Behavioral Analysis Therapy. And we specialize for children diagnosed with autism from ages 0 to 6. I'm an aspiring board-certified behavior analysis and hope to, in the future, be able to write programs for children diagnosed with autism and be part of their learning and growth throughout the years. For my cultural autobiography, when I first did it, I wasn't sure of what a cultural autobiography was, but through this class, I was able to learn a lot more about myself and what my peers were as well. I'm Filipino, which is part of the Asian ethnicity. I'm female, I'm 22 years old and part of the Gen Z generation. My sexual orientation is heterosexual, and I was also born and raised in Seattle. I currently reside in Arizona for school, and I've fallen in love with like the weather and everything, so I believe I'll be staying here for a little bit. I grew up learning English, but my mom grew up and spoke Tagalog, which is a dialect from the Philippines, and my dad grew up and knew Ilocano. My parents came to the Philippines when they were younger, and when they had me and my sisters, they made the executive decision to only speak English with us because they wanted us to succeed in school as much as possible and thought that if we learned another language while growing up, that would actually hurt us in the future. My religion, I grew up Catholic. I went to church every Sunday. I was baptized, but when I was older, me and my family started getting busy and we started not being as involved in the church as much. And my class, I would identify as middle class as of my family. In the future, I hope to become a BCBA, as I said, a board certified behavior analysis, and continue working with children on the spectrum. My future goal is to own a clinic for children on the spectrum in foster care and or in the system specifically. A lot of children that are in the system or in foster care are on the spectrum and have been abandoned by their families. So I hope to have a clinic specialized just for them and able to give them the therapy that they need in order to be successful in the world. With that being said, my project proposal is diving into American Sign Language and diverse races. So the reason why I wanted to dive into American Sign Language and various races is because for the applied behavior analysis field is constantly growing and more and more people are starting to learn about it. It is quite a new field and new therapy. And as more people learn about it, the more diverse the field gets. And it's also important to note that autism is within all races, and individuals on the spectrum are often nonverbal, especially at a younger age. So the use of American Sign Language and AAC devices, which are devices that our clients use in order to talk, they'll press a button and it'll have a picture of like a chair and then the device will say chair and it helps communicate. ASL and AAC devices are the way that a lot of our clients use to communicate their needs, their wants, and how they're feeling. So it's important to know ASL and it's important for the community as a whole. And as somebody that wants in the future have their own clinic, it is important to know the different cultural backgrounds that come with ASL and the individuals that are diagnosed with autism as well as their families. For my first resource, I found a video named Sign Language Buddies. It went into the intersectionality topic of age, sectionality, sorry, of age in elementary school, so younger kids. The video takes viewers through a friendship that was formed between an elementary school student who is able to hear and a student who is deaf. The video shows the able hearing individual taking an interest with a student who is hard of hearing and taking initiative to include him within the classroom by taking sign language classes in order to be able to communicate with him. The friendship quickly blossomed into something beautiful and shows viewers the beauty with inclusion. The YouTube channel Little Fox created this video. Little Fox is a company dedicated to creating videos for children and educating them about various social topics. The video walks viewers through a friendship that was created, and the video was created within the past 3 years. The video accurately was able to inform readers about the aid that is needed for individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing needs in order to communicate. The video gave various examples of sources that can aid individuals to be more inclusive, which align with the various sources that I came across of that you will see soon. This resource is helpful for me to learn more about the actions individuals can take to be more inclusive towards the individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing. The video also is an example of what can be done to befriend peers who are deaf or hard of hearing. I also believe that this video will be able to connect with kids substantially, as it is kid-friendly and involves engaging content and animation to keep viewers involved. My second resource was an article published by the New York Times called Black, Deaf, and Extremely Online. The intersectionality topic was race and the Black community. The article specifically addresses the ASL dialect known as Black ASL. The article acknowledges a TikToker by the name of Nakia, who is a woman of color that creates content through singing various songs through her hands. Nakia is deaf and uses her platform to advocate and expose her viewers to Black ASL. The article also addresses the history of Black ASL and how it was created due to segregation in the 1900s. The resource informs readers of the inequality that occurs within the Black community, specifically to individuals who are deaf and the oppression that individuals go through in their everyday life. The article was created within the past 2 years and was published on a widely recognized published paper blog. The article referenced their sources, included relevant and valid information, and had little to no bias involved in the information. The resource helped me learn more about the dialects that are within the ASL language and the oppression that individuals endure due to the color of their skin and language. The article also exposed me to another influencer for the deaf, hard of hearing, and Black communities, of which I now follow on TikTok. Through the knowledge of this article, I've gained the ability to explain the history of Black ASL as well to help learners gain a deeper understanding of the language and community within it. My third resource consists of a YouTube channel created by a lesbian woman who is hard of hearing and relies on sign language to communicate with her wife, family, and peers. The resource touches base on the LGBTQ+ community as well as diversity within races and geography. Jessica creates content on YouTube to shed light on the life of an individual with a disability of hard of hearing and chronic illnesses. She does this through creating videos of her everyday life, creating story times of events that occurred within her life, advocating for the deaf and hard of hearing community, and creating lessons on simple communicative signs that all individuals can use. Within videos, she uses sources. She always has them cited within her description box, allowing for reviewers to have the ability to learn more if needed. Her channel as a whole informs viewers of the various oppression that occurs within multiple diverse categories, LGBTQ, which makes up of LGBTQ+, deaf, and ethnicity. Knowledge of how to accurately advocate for individuals within the deaf and hard of hearing community and LGBTQ+ community, and how to sign basic commands. Jessica's channel allows viewers to gain an insight of an individual who is deaf in their everyday lives, something that is vital in being able to better understand our peers within our community. Some of the biggest takeaways that I received from my research is, for one, American Sign Language consists of multiple dialects depending on geography, races, and cultural background. It is important to note that American Sign Language and its dialects are direct causes from history of segregation. I also learned that individuals within the deaf community are constantly being oppressed. It is vital that individuals learn the basic signs of sign language for a more inclusive environment. Contrary to what most individuals may think, inclusivity within our society and the deaf community does not take a lot of effort. It takes initiative. By learning simple signs and treating everyone with respect is simple ways to include the deaf and hard of hearing community into our own. Here is some additional resources that you can go into. I wrote a synopsis, annotation, and application for all of the 10 resources that are within the document. I just wanted to take this time to say thank you for listening to my presentation and making an effort into listening as well. I hope you guys all have a beautiful summer and good luck with finals.